Hey there friends, it's Cassie. Welcome back to my YouTube channel for another video. Today we have the Pink and Main July Farmer's Market Kit, and it is still available as of filming, so I'll have it linked down below. I already did an unboxing, and I'll have that link down below so you can see what came in the kit, but let's get started. To save a little time, I had already stamped and colored all of the images I plan to use, and you'll notice that I have them die cut and they're kind of placed back into the paper. That's my suggestion to you, is to go ahead and die cut your images first and then stamp afterwards. It'll make the placement that much easier, and then you don't waste a bunch of paper as well. So I just put those back in there like that with a little bit of post-it tape, and then I was able to color them while I was sitting in front of the television. But that just, for me, was a little bit easier. All right, for card number 1, I'm going to make this a square card. I cut my paper to 10.5 inches by 5 1/4 and scored it at 5 1/4, so it is 5 1/4 inches squared. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut all of my pattern paper for this as well. I'm going to make this panel the actual panel of my card, so it's getting cut to 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. And then I'll take that plaid background and I'm going to cut that down to about 4 1/4 by 5 1/4. I want that yellow to kind of pop through on the background. And then this will just layer on top of that and leave a nice yellow border on that right hand side. I went ahead and already die cut out some more pieces. So I've got this piece cut. That's that background for my stamped and colored image. And then I stamped and colored the sentiment, and I'm going to use the matching die for it, run that through my little die cutting machine. But I do love the dies that come in this set. The little label dies would work perfectly with a lot of other images. And then this die right here for your banner is just fabulous. All right, so now we'll start assembling. I like to make sure that I have things pretty prepped ahead of time for y'all, so that these videos aren't crazy long, since they're 5 cards, 1 kit. And so we'll stick that down with some liquid glue. I cut down some of the gold glitter cardstock that came in the kit. We're going to use that as a band on the left-hand side. And then we'll adhere down our panel, or colored piece, to its background. You could pop this up using some foam tape, but I chose to keep it lower profile. Before I adhere that down, I am going to cut a flag banner into this piece. So I'll cut down into the center, I don't know, about 1/2 inch, and then go up from those edges to make it look like a little bit of a fishtail or a flag. And then I'll adhere this down up there. And there will be a little bit hanging off the top, but I'll just trim that down later once that dries. We'll adhere down our colored panel, and that's going flush up against the left-hand side, and then our banner is going to stick down here. I don't know that I'm in love with this layout that I've chosen, but the background is cute, and I love that image so much. So now we'll trim off that excess. And before I adhere this to my card base, I am going to do a little bit on the inside. So we're going to take some of the leftover pieces that I have, cut this down into a fishtail, and then cut this one down as well. We'll trim it a little bit smaller, but I'm going to attach these down to the inside of our card base. And then there's a lot of little sentiments in this stamp set that I just love. They're all just so good. So I've picked out one of those, and I'm going to stamp that down using some ink on 3 blackout ink. And I did use this ink to stamp out all of my images onto some Express It cardstock. And then I colored all of my images, I forgot to mention that, with some Copic markers. So now we'll attach down our panel to our card base, and then I'm going to pull out the flat back sequins that came in this kit. Someone said in one of the comments for the unboxing that this reminded them of Christmas, this little sequin set. And you know what? They're right. I love it. So, if you don't use them all, save them back and use them on your Christmas cards. But there is card number 1, and I'm so happy with how that turned out. For card number 2, we're going to make an A2 size card. So I have cut down some of the green cardstock that came in the kit to 8.5 inches by 5.5 inches and scoring that at 4 1/4. And then I'm going to take that like blue lattice pattern paper and trim that down to be 4 inches by 5 1/4. So there will be a nice green border around. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take a tool that I have. Almost, you could use a pencil. I'm just using this tool to kind of get that paper moving. I kind of want to manipulate that just to add a little bit of interest to this paper. Obviously, when it goes through the mail, that'll get a little bit more flattened out. I am going to add foam tape later to help with that, but we're going to adhere this right down to our card base. And then I'll also adhere my little windmill to my die cut background. And then I'm going to pull out some foam squares. This is what I was talking about. By adding these foam squares, that'll help kind of prop that piece up just a little bit. It'll keep it from falling too much when it goes through the mail. But yeah, there probably will be some flattening out. But again, that's why I use the foam tape. That might help a little. Then we're going to need 2 small pieces of foam tape at the very bottom of our banner. And then I'm also going to use some liquid glue when I get the back off of that. I am waiting. This is not my favorite foam tape. I am waiting on an order that was supposed to be here on the 1st of July, but according to the post office, Amazon Prime Day has just wrecked them. So they're very behind. So we're just waiting to get some more foam tape. And then I am going to just take some of the yellow flatback sequins and put those down. And that's going to finish off card number 2. So card number 3 is probably my favorite. It is a fun fold. I have just a piece of cardstock that I cut to 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches. I scored it at 2 1/8, and I'm also scoring it at 4 1/4. All right, so we scored it there, right, like a normal A2 size card, but then we're going to have this panel flip backwards. I have another piece of that same color cardstock that I cut down to 8.5 inches by 2 inches. And that you can vary the size that you want, but I'm kind of playing around here, so I screwed up and I scored that one at 2 1/8 and 2, and I didn't need to do the 2 1/8 would have been fine on one end, but I didn't need to do the 2 1/8 on the other end. So you'll see that that was just unnecessary. Now you do need the 4 1/4, so you need 4 1/4 and 2 1/8, and that's it. Just like you do the front panel or the card base itself. But I'm going to fix that. I am going to eventually cover that with some pattern paper, and so that extra fold that I put in there will be fine. You won't even know the difference. I'm covering this with a little pattern paper, and this was a little long for my piece, so I'm going to put this into my guillotine trimmer and trim this down. Your piece would measure, and like I said, I was just playing around, so I didn't measure things ahead of time. Your piece would be 2 1/8 inch by 5.5 inches. And then here's where I take another piece of pattern paper and I'm going to cover that fold so it will be like it was never there. That will reinforce it, and then that's going to eventually attach to the front. All right, so now we're putting down another piece of pattern paper here just to reinforce that piece as well, and then we'll attach these pieces to the front of our card. So you're just going to attach it there on the front, that long piece to the front, and then this smaller one that was 2 1/8 scored, you're just going to attach that down like so. And then it'll open up and it will go flat, which is awesome. I'll attach down my barn to my layered piece. And this is only going to go over half of that panel, obviously. Don't put glue all over the whole back of that. You just want it on half of there. And then I'm going to put down my banner using some more liquid glue, just being sure that I don't glue through where there is an opening. And then you'll notice I have another big piece that's cut out of white. That's going to go right behind our panel. And I'm going to manipulate that as we go. That's why I'm using liquid glue, so that I can move it around as need be to make sure that it's covered when my card is closed. But I'm in love with this style of card. I'll take some of those glitter enamel dots and put those down using my Trinity pickup stick. And but yeah, I love how this card turned out. If it's something that you'd like to see me do, like in slow-mo or in a live, maybe we could do that. I love doing fun fold cards, and then we can do it together. But there it is. There is card number 3, probably my favorite, mostly because of the folds. Love how that turned out. Card number 4 is going to be a slim line, and so I've cut that down to 3.5 inches by 8.5 inches, and I am sticking that inside the wood grain embossing folder that came in this kit. So follow the instructions on your machine and you won't have any problem. But check that out. I have wood grain on that upper portion of my panel. So I want that to pop out a little bit. I am going to just rub a Simon Hurley Create Inkpad over the top of that, and I love how that looks. That was the Slippery When Wet ink, and then I cut out that background die for my sunflower, and then for the leftover paper, I'm just going to attach that down to the bottom portion of our panel. Just using some liquid glue, lining that up on my glass mat, just making sure that I don't have any hanging off too much. But I do it this way because I feel like I save a little bit of paper doing it that way. When I try and just cut stuff down, oftentimes I cut wrong. That same thing when you're working with wood or fabric or anything is measure twice, cut once. Well, I don't know if I just like to take risks when it comes to paper, but it's a little cheaper mistake, but yeah, so I oftentimes just will glue it down and then cut later. All right, I'm going to take some of the glitter tape that came in this kit, that red beautiful glitter tape, and attach that down like it's almost like a little belt across the bottom, and then I'll trim off the excess. And then we'll attach our sunflower. So I'm putting that down with my liquid glue onto the green background. And then I'm going to attach it down to the panel. Now I attach it a little too low in my opinion here in a second. But I wanted to show you that on a slimline, the banner doesn't work so well unless you're going to hand deliver that. But I want to put that in an envelope. So instead I'm just going to stamp my sentiment right on the panel, which works fine. So now I'm attaching that with liquid glue, and it's too low. There is some glue residue over the top of that glitter tape. You could easily just add a little more glitter tape over the top of that if you wanted to. And you can see it, but I'm not that worried about it. So I'll attach my panel down to a slimline card base, which was 7 inches by 8.5 inches, scored at 3.5. And then I'll pull in some of those flat back sequins, just the blue, and attach those down like I did earlier. And that will finish off card number 4. Gotcha, fun slimline. Cards number 5 and 6 are going to be some mini slimline. I cut mine down to 6 inches by 6 inches and score those at 3 inches. That's just how I like to make my mini slimline. And then I'm going to tack this down with a little bit of washi tape to my glass mat. I'm going to put a nice little white border all around the edges. And I'm going to stencil all across this panel. These, I think, are actually some fairly quick cards to make. They, once you get the one down, you make this little hinge for your stencil and you are good to go. So I've pulled out some various ink colors that I had in my stash. This first one is Bee Sting by Simon Hurley Create. And then I'm going to blend that on that upper left-hand corner. We're going to come in next with some Slippery When Wet. I don't want to overlap these colors too much because they will blend actually really beautifully, but I don't want all the orange and everything else. My next color will be Later Gator by Simon Hurley Create, and that final color is Clear Skies by Simon Hurley Create. And you're going to end up with this absolutely gorgeous rainbow background, but those are all colors that match really well with this kit. So if you were looking for colors, maybe you don't have any in your stash, you probably do, so just go ahead and look through, but those ones work well. I'm going to tack down with a little bit of glue the thank you sentiment banner. I also have a congratulations one that I'm doing, and then I'm going to pull in those flat back sequins and match those up with the colors. So it's a beautiful rainbow all the way across from left to right using red, yellow, green, and then blue, and I'll do that for both. So that will finish off cards 5 and 6, and those were fast. I love them. So let's go ahead and take a look at all of the cards that I made for you today. I would like to know which one was your favorite, if you did have a favorite. Go ahead and leave that down in the comment section down below. I always love hearing what you guys think of what I make. It always makes my heart so happy. If you liked the video, be sure to hit the like button and consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. And as always, I will see you very soon in another video. Bye, everybody.